Hi everyone. Oops, that's a bit better. Hi everyone. Welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and this is a little video which I feel like I'm wonky. I don't know. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I forgot to say that. So this is a little video that's going to concentrate on the new year. So yeah, we're almost there. Forgive me, I'm a little bit ill. I have a virus, but it's only at the early stages, so it's not quite as bad as it's going to be yet. I know how bad it's going to be because my partner's had it all over Christmas. Poor Gary has suffered, and now it's my turn. But at least, I guess I didn't have it for Christmas. I just got it for New Year instead. But yeah, as it's New Year, I'm not one for making resolutions. Christmas and New Year are usually just a time to spend with family, have a bit of fun, do a bit of merriment and all that stuff. Straight over my head, never really bother. But this year I figured, last year was quite a big one for me. We'd had a few years of awful things happening to us, the whole family, not just myself. But last year, Gary's mum passed away. There's still quite a few big things going on. But the most monumental thing for me personally was I started a business. And as you all know, it was coming along for quite some time. The website was getting written, and I kept saying, oh, it's not quite there yet, not quite there yet, not quite there yet. And one day when I was doing a Zoom with the guy who was writing it with me, Chris, we were doing a Zoom, and we were looking at users, people who log on and make an account, and we're looking at users. And then I looked, and we were looking at the test orders that we'd put in. And I looked and said, who is Marion? Because he had obviously made up fictitious names, some of them pretty tongue-in-cheek, to do his test orders. And he said, well, it's not me. So we had a look, and there was Marion. I had an order, and I wasn't ready. It had no postage or anything because it wasn't ready, but it kind of galvanized us to get it ready quick because, obviously I'd been found as a website and someone had ordered. So we launched there and then. Got it done pretty quick, and it's still kind of an ongoing work in progress. I know there are things that are not quite right, although the work seems to have stopped and it's more of a maintenance thing. I do need to take stock and get a few things ironed out, and it's an ongoing job of work for myself and for Chris anyway. But it's been up and running for a few months now, and as many of you know, so that was my biggest kind of achievement, I guess, a personal one in 2022. And so my 2023 resolutions or goals are really, I suppose, to do with that, because I need to kind of move it on from just, something that I pay a little bit of attention to, fulfill orders, send them off. So I kind of reached out several places last year, and I got one reply from someone in a magazine who said that they would like to help me do a piece maybe, or set up some kind of advertisement in there. So then Gary's mother passed away, and I've not done it. So I really do need to reply to that email, explain why there's been a delay, and maybe get that off the ground this year. So that's one thing. Personally, I need to lose some weight. I was doing quite well. I was on a diet plan and I was losing lots of weight. And then it kind of, run up to Christmas is always difficult in this household, for the fact that there are birthdays and lots of stuff going on. Plus we always end up with a meal out with Gary's brother. There's Gary's birthday. Lots and lots of things on the run up to Christmas that kind of put a big spanner in the works, if you like. So, and just as you guys across the pond have Thanksgiving, and we don't, but we did this year because Martin, who's Gary's brothers, one of Gary's brothers, his girlfriend is American, so we were going to do it last year, but COVID intervened. So this year we had Thanksgiving, so it obviously started way early, all the festivities for us, and there was no point in continuing with it, so abandoned diet. And the I would like to say I haven't been bad, but I have. And I figured, you know, come after the new year, once everything is gone and it's time to get back into action, that's when I will worry about it then. And I know I haven't put on a massive amount of weight. Clothing still fits me and my coats still do up, you know. But I was doing really well, and now I've set myself back a little. But I've only set myself back. It's not insurmountable. That's a good word, isn't it? So yeah, I'm going to get that back on track. And by this time next year, I hope to be wearing a nice little sparkly number. That's my aim. So next Christmas, when I go shopping, I can buy myself a little sparkly dress or something. It's not, it's kind of, I know it's a silly goal, but there you go. It's my little thing. And also this time next year, well, hopefully the start of winter, I want to buy myself a Barber jacket. I've always wanted one, and there have been times in my life when I could have fitted into them, but I never bought one. So I want a Barber jacket, and I'm going to make sure that this time next year I can sit here with a Barber jacket on and a sparkly little number and say, look, I did it, guys. So that's my personal, oh, I feel dizzy, sorry about that. That's my personal little goal for 2023. I mean, obviously there are lots of little ones, like spend lots of time with the family, go out and do stuff, and all the stuff that you kind of really want to do. They're obvious and they're ongoing, and, you know, spend more time doing the things that you love with the people that you love. So that's another. So yeah, I've got quite a few little things I want to do. I also want to, it's going to be a monster task, I want to redesign all of my playlists, because they've got a little bit well, how can I put it? Chaotic is a good word for it. I seem to have a lot of left-handed playlists. Not, I could do with maybe just 2 or 3, and all those things will fit into them. So I need to redesign my playlist for my YouTube channel, Crochet Rocks, and also for the right-handed tutorials. And I need to sort of get rid of a lot of old stuff that maybe is surplus requirements on there, and maybe do some videos that will relaunch some of those tutorials that get buried, because the trouble with YouTube is it's a timeline. So if I was to make a tutorial today, by a month's time, it's an old tutorial that doesn't really see the light of day, and people might say, have you got a tutorial for this? And you think, well, yeah, it's in my playlist, but not everybody searches playlists, and so I need to do that. I do have a list in some of my videos of some of the more later tutorials, but not all of them are there, and so I need to kind of make sense of them by playlists, and then make some videos to kind of show them, because I forget that they're even, you know, that some of them I'll see somebody's made a comment, because obviously we do get some old ones in our feed sometime, and I'll get a comment on a really old video, and I just think, wow, because I always read every single one of my comments, and that's going to be ongoing. The only ones I don't heart and everything are the giveaway ones, but I still obviously go through those. Anyway, so that's brought me on to my other channel, which is Rocksteady. It's almost at 1,000 subscribers. I mean, say almost, it's got about 50 something to go, which is not very much, is it? So I need to get that to 1,000 subscribers. That's another one of my channel goals. Once I've got to 1,000 on there, I intend to do a few live streams over on it and get the watch hours, because at the moment YouTube is showing ads on there, but they are the ones that are benefiting from those. They're not passing any of that on to creators, which I think is not good. So my aim is to get Rocksteady. There's a link to Rocksteady in the description box, so if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you would head over there and subscribe and get that channel up to its 1,000, because I really want to do that this year. I haven't made a massive amount of videos on it just recently because all of my caravan conversion videos have kind of come to an end. I could have done the door and the finishing off, but because I was putting yarn in there, I kind of brought it onto this channel. So the later ones have been on this channel. But recently I did an HMV store unboxing over there, and I intend to build that up and do more on there. Sorry, I'm really hot. I'm just at the onset of this lurgy, for want of a better word. So that's another one. And the diet channel I did is kind of dormant. You know, I found it a bit hypocritical to be making a vlog on a diet channel when I'm eating everything in sight. So I kind of halted it. Likewise, I said at the time I wouldn't make as many vlog posts as I had been, because it's very time consuming every day. I don't get that many hours in a day, and so all of the other videos that I make, tutorials especially, and all those other videos were kind of, I was not finding the time to do as many as I like. Sorry, it's stormy outside, and I think something just fell, probably a bin. It is really windy outside. So yeah, that's another one, is to kind of utilize my time better, push out more and more of the content that I know everybody loves, and also sort the, I'm pointing over there because that is where my computer is, but you don't know that, so that just looks ridiculous. I just thought I'd explain. So yeah, and sort out the website and get in touch with the magazine again. So I've got quite a lot to look forward to in 2023. Gary and I are also going on a little holiday. We're not going abroad though. We're going to just go see Jamie in Cornwall, and we're also going to, because it's a long way, we're going to break it up with a few days there and a few days in Dorset, which is a beautiful place. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a little breakaway. Hopefully it won't rain. And like I did last time, I'll film some of that. So that was quite fun. I'm probably forgetting quite a few things that I want to do. But those are my personal ones, really, especially getting fitter. Not just the weight loss, but getting fitter. Because obviously, when you're carrying more weight than you want to, things exhaust you more. So, you know, I noticed that after I had major surgery, obviously, that was another thing that was pretty huge for me, having the cancer surgery. And in August, it was a year. I say it takes 2 years to actually get over that kind of major surgery. 2 years and all of the healing will be done. You know, that they won't heal no more. Any progress is all the progress you're going to get. So I didn't notice really that there was a hill in Maidstone where we shop sometimes. I didn't even notice that there was a hill there in my in my prime, and as far away as 2 years ago, didn't even notice it. And Gemma always used to say that it exhausted her and tired her out because of the hill. You know, she's when she had a flare up of her condition, which is AS. So yeah, I didn't notice it until the day that I went there after my surgery, and I felt like shopping again. I couldn't make it, and I had to sit down a lot And I was just absolutely worn out beyond words. And I would sleep when I got home. It's so unlike me. And I didn't realise that there was a hill there. Now, a year and a half later, I still feel that. It's not as bad. I don't sit down while I'm shopping anymore, but I do feel like that's it. My legs don't want to work anymore, and I really, I'm done. And when I get home, I sit in the chair with a giant cup of tea and try and get over it, and I'm wiped out, basically, but nowhere near as bad as I was. So obviously there's been a lot of improvement, but my goal is to become fitter. And I know that my stamina has taken a beating. And when you're overweight, everything is harder. You know, even walking up that hill is harder. And it's so much easier when you're not. So that is another reason. Not just because of because it will look nice and I'll be able to wear a nice dress. It's not the only reason. The only reason is I want to be healthier, because my dad passed away at 62. And that is no age whatsoever. You know, I take after my dad a lot. And apart from the fact that I don't smoke, you know, he smoked. He came from that generation that it was fashionable in all the movies to be lighting a cigarette for each other. That was the ultimate sexy thing. Obviously, it's just disgusting now, and nobody would, you know, think of it as well, I suppose some people still do, but you know, it was they were also promoted as healthy things. You know, nobody kind of knew. Well, if they did, they kept it quiet because they were making money. But yeah, they were healthy things. But yeah, that was the only difference between my dad and I, and the fact that he was a man and I'm not. That's the other difference. Quite a large one. But yeah, I don't, you know, I know my dad passed away at 62, and I want to see a few more years than that, you know. So I want to get fitter, healthier, stronger, and slimmer, basically, and sort out all the things that, you know, are kind of put that off because you can't be bothered. I want to get the caravan sorted. I don't know if you've seen it recently, but it's a bit of a mess. Now, I kind of got Gary to get off his keister yesterday and get out there and move some of his tools so that I could get my yarn put away in the cubbies. And so I did get some done. But I've had this ongoing battle with EDF Energy, and I'd got a message from them. So I came into the house to sort that out, and I never went back. So I never got finished. And I was also going to see, we've got a dongle, that's an internet dongle. I was going to see if I can get a good signal out there with the dongle. And I've got my computer out there on my laptop. I left it all out there. So, and there's a phone charger and all that stuff. And my heater went wrong yesterday. It says FU on it, which I thought was really rude. You know, but I was reliably informed it means full unit. In other words, there's a water tank in there I knew nothing about, and now I probably can't get at it to empty it. So that might be a big bloomer. We have to wait and see. I don't even know how to open it, see if there's a blessed water tank in there. Anyway, I'll try and figure that one out. Thankfully, the weather's been mild, although it's stormy's raging. It's been quite mild. So that's the other goal. Sort out the caravan, get all that stuff put in its place, bring my older goodies in, like my handbags and shoes that are out there, and get the bedroom sorted out so that there's places for those. So that's my other goal. Try and sort out the things that have all been put off to do a bit later on. Now, one thing I know Gary will want to do is join a gym, and I've paid for so many gyms that I've not attended in the past, and well, kind of, you know, managed to get out of paying most of the time. But you know, every time it happens that I have to try and wriggle out of paying for this thing for a year that I'm not going to, I always say I'm never going to do this again. Never joining another gym. That's it. I'm done. If I go to one, I'll pay as you go. I know it's dearer, but I don't care. It's not in the long run because you only pay when you go. So, yeah, we'll have to see, you know. We'll have to see about that one. But obviously it's a bit further down the road. I don't believe in going to gyms and classes when, you know, I've got too much weight to lose. I feel like it's not healthy to be that out of breath and that pushing yourself. I like to lose a little first. When I have some energy, then I'll go. I don't know. If I'm right or if I'm wrong, I have no idea. Anyway, those are mine. Those are my little goals. I think I've got my work cut out for me in 2023. All said and done. Whether it's my personal self, my business, my channel, they're all pretty heavy tasks. And, you know, I'm relying on you guys to get on my case and make sure I keep to them. And I also aim to do quite a lot more tutorials. And I started a beginner's course last year as well. A left-handed version and a right-handed version of an absolute beginner's course. And it's not finished, so I need to do that as well. Anyway, I hope you've got something lovely to do for today. This is New Year's Eve when I'm filming this. So as the clock strikes 12, I want you all to remember that I've wished you the happiest of New Year's. And I will see you in the new year. Probably not tomorrow, but in the new year. Bye for now. Mwah.